ABBA's Dancing Queen is laden with melodic and rhythmic hooks. There is nothing out of place in this tune, and mechanically speaking, that's probably why it was such a huge hit. Welcome to the Dancing Queen Challenge, where you will learn funky 16 beat to the bar strumming patterns, and I have made an arrangement condensing all the different parts into 2 ukuleles. I'm covering all the piano parts and the guitar parts and some strings as well. I've moved the key of the song down 1 tone from A to G. That is actually where they would play it live. Let's dive in. The first strum, I'm calling the intro strum, goes like this. So this is what I hear the piano doing. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. So this is my arrangement. Okay, first things first, we are dealing with 16th beats. That means 16 beats to the bar. Normally our strums are usually 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now we are increasing the frequency by 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's what we normally do. Now we're doing this. A 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Those 1E anders, 2E anders, they sometimes get in the way. Just try doing this. Here's the 1. And we want up, down, up, down. Up, down, up, down. I'm going to slow it right down. Okay, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We've got our G chord. That's the rhythm we want. So we have 1E and a 2E and a 3E and, or up, down, and you let the last one ring. Now there's so many different ways we can mute. We can use our palm to mute. We can use our finger here, like so. I think that's actually quite a clean way to mute. Change to a C, but the C is going to be a C5, a power chord. So I'm going to do that by using my first finger on the bottom 2 strings of the 3rd fret. And then I definitely will use one of my digits to mute. The intro goes like this. One more. So that last little part was D to a D sus. Slight change in the rhythm. Okay, that's the first bar. 1 and 2 and 3E and a 4E and a 1E and then we go C, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down. So the last bit. Okay, and now we're into the next part of the song, another rhythmic hook, and we're using the Bo Diddley beat, which goes like this on a D chord. So that's down, up, chuck, down, down, down. If we go and look at it in a lot of detail, it's 1E and a 2, and that is 1, a chuck. So that's a chuck on the beat 2. 1E and a chuck. Okay? So we have down, up, chuck, down, down, down. down, up, chuck, down, down, down. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4. It's very tricky teaching this stuff, but I have it all plotted out. If you are my patron, you have access to the entire arrangement, tabs, and as well as strumming patterns. So head on over to patreon.com/Mullum and grab that stuff now. Now, if you're not a patron, you can purchase the entire lesson for a one-time payment. And if you'd like to help support this channel, you could leave a one-time payment on the heart-shaped button below. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and be sure to leave me a comment below. I'd love to know what your favorite ABBA song is. Okay, for the Bo Diddley section, we have these chords: D, B7, E minor, A7, and now we're back into, believe it or not, the intro strumming pattern. And we're going to use a C and an A minor 7. So you could play these, but because it's that syncopated, funky rhythm, and actually it has one extra beat on it, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and 4. And then you could play an A minor 7 just by opening that A string, and that becomes much cooler, I think, than doing this. Or you could be doing I just prefer this. And then we're back into the intro strum. Of course, it is going to be a playthrough right at the end of the video, so make sure you hang around for that. Also, I'm going to have both parts separately in their entirety, so you can practice and play along. I have a really cool little rhythm track that I've got from the internet, so it sounds pretty cool, and I think you're going to have fun doing it. Okay, so now we're into the verse. Now this is where I have comped the piano and the guitar together, because the piano in the first part is just doing a strum like so. I've saved that for uke 2 to do that. So in order to have a bit more rhythm, I've added a funky strum. And it goes like this. Down, up, chuck, down, down, chuck, up. Down, up, chuck, down, down, chuck, up. Down, up, chuck, down, down, chuck, up. Okay, and then we're into the E minor, which you could do from your G and just add your pinky to the 4th fret of the C string, as we've done before in other videos. And now we have a return to a bit of a Bo Diddley pattern. Down, up, chuck, down, 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 up, chuck, down, down, down. Now, this is very interesting. Yet another little hook. We have so what's happening there is you've got your D chord, 1 E and A, changing to the E minor. Straight after you change to the E minor, you're doing a chuck. So you have 1 E and A, chuck, and then on the and beat, E and, you come down and hit the E minor again. So we have, and then the rest of the bar is empty except for a chuck on beat 4. So all together. Okay, tricky, but good. Then we're into another repeat of the verse. Anyone could be that guy. Night is young and the music's high. Back to the bow diddly on the... And then the D to the E minor. And then we have an A minor 7, and this time we could play the open A minor 7. And then, and I like to leave that open because now it's taking us back into that funky intro strumming pattern, which is also the chorus. Okay, they're all the parts that make up Uke 1, which is essentially the strumming part. So we have the intro. That's strum number 1. And then we have that slight variation when we go to the D sus chord. And then we have the bow diddly. And then we have the verse. Following that, we have then that very interesting D to E minor change. Okay, so there are all the parts. Put that all together, follow the chart, you're good to go. Stay tuned for Uke 2.